They revolutionized the car world, brought technical innovation, or dazzled the masses. We're talking about automobile milestones. Christoph Bauer drives the most important cars in history from the Classic Car Museum in the car city of Wolfsburg. This time, he chooses an icon from Audi's past, the Audi Front UW 220. The Audi Front was one of the first German cars built according to a modern platform strategy.
1932.
Test driver Christoph Bauer says the Audi Front is the result of a fusion between German manufacturers Horch, DKW, Wanderer, and Audi in 1932. The know-how for the front-wheel drive came from the Audi Union's DKW division. The engine from Wanderer and the wonderful car body of the limousine was produced by Horch. Christoph says today it's the standard, but back then big car makers sharing technical components was absolutely visionary. Between 1933 and 1938, 4,400 Audi fronts were produced, first with a cylinder capacity of 2 liters and 40 horsepower, later with 2.5 liters and 50 horsepower. The car came in various styles: a 4-door limousine, a sports limousine, a cabriolet, or a sports cabrio. Back then, the driving concept was still in its infancy. Christoph says the concept is familiar from front-wheel drive cars. When you steer and accelerate at the same time, you feel the surging power at the wheel. That's not the case with modern cars. Bauer says with this Audi, you have the feeling that the steering wheel is literally being yanked out of your hands. Due to the high steering force and large turning cycle, Audi front drivers can break into a sweat in city traffic or on windy country roads. But as early as the 1930s, the stylish 6-cylinder Audi had appropriate terrain. Christoph says the first German Autobahn was opened in 1932, the A555 between Cologne and Bonn. It was perfect for the Audi Front, with its top speed of 100 kilometers per hour. And even the chassis was absolutely state-of-the-art. Single-wheel suspension in the front, pendulum axis in the back, and that in combination with the vehicle's relatively deep center of gravity for the time. Bauer says it makes for relaxed driving today, too. So, relax and enjoy the pleasures of Tuscany. Christoph says the car feels very luxurious apart from when it comes to changing gears. It symbolizes the high standards of Audi since 1923. Christoph says the Audi Front was targeted towards the well-heeled middle class. Its main selling point was its modern technology. So a front-wheel drive, square frame, and a 6-cylinder series with an impressive 40 horsepower on tap. The test driver says the Audi Front is also a feast for the eye with its sleek lines. The car body of this sporty cabrio comes from the Glaser House in Dresden. Only a minority of the Audi Front models received a closed car body in the Horch plant in neighboring Zwickau. Most Audi Front customers opted for a cabrio produced by specialist Glaser in Dresden, with an open body with a choice of 4 or 2 side windows. The so-called walking stick car gear shift is a typical feature of early front-wheel drives. Christoph says the letters UW in the car's name stood for Umgekehrter Wanderer, the back-to-front wanderer. It referred to the fact that the car featured a Wanderer engine that had been turned around to drive wheels which were ahead of the engine. The gear shift and transmission, unfortunately, aren't so much fun. This is the 4th gear. Christoph says that in 1933, the press hailed the Audi Front's gear transmission as one of the most precise and smooth in a front-wheel drive. But he says that's not true from today's perspective. It rattles and shudders, especially in the first and second gears. The fourth and fifth aren't bad, provided you find them. And that's not so easy because this old gear shift has meter-long cables going into the gearbox in front, so it's not very precise. And you have to be careful with the reverse gear. Bauer says there's no lock for it, and changing into the wrong gear can be expensive. Only the third and fourth gears are synchronized. But then again, which trendsetter is perfect? Christoph says the Audi embarked on a new era with the Audi Front. Until today, front-wheel drives are trademarks of the Ingolstadt car maker. So they're still a hit at marketing events. Christoph says it was the first European car of the upper middle classes with a six-cylinder engine and front-wheel drive. So definitely a milestone in automobile history. The Audi Front was a trailblazer in many ways. Way back in the 1930s, the iconic car already lived up to the car maker's later slogan, a head start through technology.